What's up guys, welcome back to FishOfHex. My name is Travis. In today's video we're going to be adding lighting to our 50-gallon lowboy frag tank that we just recently added to the 300-gallon reef. Now in this video I'm going to be unboxing and installing two Kessil A360X Tuna Blues and also setting up and programming the brand new Kessil Wi-Fi dongle. Now in this video I'm going to cover everything from beginning to end, from the unboxing, setting up the mounting arm, setting up the brand new dongle, and going through the entire programming process. So when you get yours, you can follow the video and your lights will be up and running in no time. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and first start with the unboxing of the A360X Tuna Blue. Now right off the bat, there is definitely a noticeable size difference between this and the previous version of the A360W. Now when it comes to this light, it is a smaller, more compact light, but trust me, it puts out more power and a better spectrum than the previous version. Now when it comes to this light, it claims to have a higher photon volume density, advanced color control, low dimming, improved transitioning, smart communication, and light shaping capability. Now, because of its small form, I feel that it's going to fit better in canopies and also looks a lot more stream-like when it comes to hanging them over your tanks like the lowboy. Now, there is a recommended coverage of 24 to 24 inches, and that is why we have two of them over our 48-inch by 24-inch frag tank. Now, Kessel is claiming that this light is capable of penetrating tanks as deep as 24 to 30 inches, and that's pretty cool because the majority of the tanks within the hobby are under that 30-inch deep mark. It's when you start getting into 500, 600, 1,000-gallon tanks when you're starting to go deeper than the 30 inches. Now, I will not be using this light over the 300, which is a 30-inch deep tank. I'm going to strictly keep it over our lowboy, which is a 10-inch tank. Now, the reason for that is I am doing a growth comparison and color comparison between the 40-gallon shallow reef that has our AI primes, this lowboy, which has two Kessil A360Xs, and the 300, which has 8 XR15s and 8 T5 bulbs. So that's something we're going to look at over the next year or so stay tuned for those videos. Now what you should expect in the box is one A360X Tuna Blue, a power adapter, an AC adapter cable, a DC extension cable, one hanging ring, two metal screw hooks, and two hanging brackets. Now with the provided hardware, you could definitely hang this light up without any problem, but we're going to go ahead and use the provided mounting arms that Kessel sent along with these lights. So let's go ahead and move into that, and I'll show you how to set them up. Alright, so Kessel went ahead and sent me two of these L-shaped mounting arms, and I will admit this is my first time ever using this version. I've always been a big fan of the goosenecks with the previous A360s. Now, I will say that they're relatively easy to put together, and the controllability up and down and over the tank is perfect, and one of the big advantages of having this type of mount. Now, let's go to move into putting this together real quick and get the lights over the lowboy. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is install the two plastic pads on the inside of the mounting bracket. Now these pads are actually what touch the glass on the inside of the tank and provide the stable and back pressure for the mount so it stays upright. Now you're going to install them with the two silver screws, and then after that you're going to go ahead and install the actual mounting arm plate which goes over these screws, so that's why you want to make sure you install these first. Now when it comes to the mounting plate, it is keyed, so it does have two rounded edges and two flat edges. Just line them up and install the provided screws. Now the next thing you want to do is install the pressure screws for the mounting arm. Now make sure you don't put them in all the way because you do need to slide the arm in place. Now once you have the arm in there, you can slide it up and down and adjust the height using these screws. Now the next thing you want to do is install the safety screw at the top of the mount. Now this is there so when you adjust the light over the tank so you center it, it doesn't fall completely out and land in the water. After that, go ahead and install the two plastic screws at the back of the mount. Now these are used to provide pressure on the tank so the mount will stay in place. Now once that's done, you're ready to go ahead and prep the A360X so it can be installed. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is remove the two screws on the top of the A360X and install the mounting plate using the same screws. Now I have tried using the provided screws in the bag, but they were too long and the mount was not very secure, so you can use the same screws you just removed. Now you can go ahead and put the mount extension on the bracket first, tighten it down so you're not cranking on the light, and then install the mount on top of the A360. After that, just simply attach the mount to the arm, slide it in place, and make sure you tighten down your safety screw so it doesn't fall out. After that, it's ready to be installed on the lowboy, so let's go ahead and move over to that. We'll install them real quick, and then we'll move on to the Wi-Fi dongle. So as you guys can see, we have one of the lights already installed over the lowboy. It is about 8 inches above the water. Now this is perfect because it gives me the 24 by 24 inch spread that I'm looking for and prevents any of the light from splashing over onto the floor. Now I am going to install the second one, again about 8 inches above the water, taking care of the other half of the tank. Now I am going to just connect them both to one outlet adapter and connect it to the apex to control the on and off of the lights. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm able to raise and lower the light using the pressure screws at the back of the mount. So if I ever want to make any adjustments like that, it's pretty easy and it can be done in a matter of seconds. Now, I am going to see how these lights are at the 8 inches above the tank. Right now, it's been about a month and a half, and they're working perfectly. I'm getting great growth and coloration up to this point. So I think I am going to stick with the 8 inches and only 2 of them over this low boy. All right, so let's go ahead and install the Kessil Wi-Fi dongle. Now, they went ahead and sent this to me about a month or 2 ago to beta test to see what I thought about it. Not only how the product works, but also how the app functions on Android. Now, right off the bat, I'll tell you that I really like how easy this is to install, and we'll go through that whole process in just a second. Secondly, I really like how good and reliable the app is. Now, with the AP700s, it's either not connected or the lights stay on and don't turn off when they should, and I'm always having problems with it staying connected. Now, it could just be me, but that's what I've been running into issue-wise for the AP700. I have yet to have any problems with the connection or the controllability through the Wi-Fi dongle. So inside the box, you're going to get one of the dongles. You're going to get 3 QR code stickers, which we'll use for the connection process. And then finally, you're going to get a warranty card just in case something is going on. Now, Kessel also went ahead and sent me a K-Link cable, which allows me to daisy chain multiple lights together. Of course, this is only for the 360X versions of the Tuna Blue and the Tuna Sun, so you can't use it for any other light, but it does allow me to daisy chain as many of these lights together and control all of them with one of the Wi-Fi dongles. Now, before we dive into the app, let me show you guys real quick how to install the dongle and daisy chain lights. Now, as you can see, there are 2 of the K-Link plugins on top of each one of the lights. Simply plug in the dongle and then take the K-Link cable and attach the lights with the other plugin. Now, for the light that does not have the dongle, you can simply attach another K-Link cable and attach another light and go on and so on and so on for however many lights that you have, and it's that easy. All right, now I'm going to show you guys how to set up the Wi-Fi dongle inside the new Kessel app. It's pretty easy. The first thing you want to do is come in here and hit add a dongle. Now I'm going to connect mine through my home router, so I want to select that. After, you just want to make sure that the dongle is plugged in and that the light has turned a solid orange. At that point, you have the ability to scan one of your SSID codes. Now, they're all the same. Just go ahead and scan one of them here with the code reader. Now, what it's doing now is connecting itself directly to the Wi-Fi dongle, and then it will allow you to select your home Wi-Fi, and you'll be able to connect it through there. Now, you could take these stickers and put them on the tank or on your stand. You know, you have 3 of them just in case you have to reset the app or you have to reset the dongle. One way or another, you'll be able to directly connect it again using one of these stickers. Now they're in here, I can refresh the wireless, and I'll be able to select my home Wi-Fi and log into it. Now I can put in my password, HELO123, hit done, hit next. Now what it's doing is going to turn the light green and then hit done. Now it's going to set itself up with the Wi-Fi, connect it. Now once it's done going up to 100%, we'll have the ability to reconnect our phone to our home wireless router, and it will do another process of loading and connecting, and then we are ready to mess around with the light. Now, as I mentioned before, we're going to reconnect our wireless router to our phone. Get in here, connect, get back into the app, hit next. Now it's going to go through another percentage of setting up, and then we're going to be ready to program our lights. Okay, now that we have our Wi-Fi dongle connected, it's time to do some programming. So first I want to see if it turns on and off, which it does. It's good to go. Now, when it comes to controlling this light, you can either do it manually or you can do it through a setup. Now, one of the cool things about this is you can also set a particular light color-wise or spectrum, and you can save it so you can use it in your programming. So let's first take a look at the manual programming. Hit Tuna Blue Manual, and you can select what color you want, how blue you want it to be. I'm personally a fan of it around 40, and of course you can adjust the intensity. I like to keep mine at 100 because I like to get as much light as I possibly can from these for the frag tank. Now you can also come down here and select how much violet you want and how much green and red. Now I like it at a 100% violet and 15% green and 15% red, just like the AB Plus spectrum that I have on my AI Primes and my XR15s. Now, because I like this color, the intensity, and here on the circle, I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and it will save that color so we can use it later for our programming. We're going to back up. Now we're going to move into programming the light. We're going to set up a new one, hit a new blank programming. Now what I want to do is, for my first one, I'm going to set this up to be exactly like the 300 gallon and the AI primes that we have on the 40 gallon shallow reef. So my first point here is going to kick on at 8 a.m. Now I want this to be a really blue point, and I want the intensity to be low, because this is when it's going to first kick on and when the light is first exposed to the coral. So we're going to keep that at 8 a.m. and hit next. It's going to save. Now we're going to add a point. This is going to ramp to 9 a.m. again, just like the 300 gallon. Hit that. Now I'm going to put it here at the color that I want, which is 40. There we go. And now I want the intensity to be at 100%. And if I wanted to bypass all of that, say I didn't want to mess with these here or do any of this, I can simply select that, and it gets me my color intensity and also presets the green, the red, and the violet. So that's just a shortcut. Hit the back button, it saves it. So right now we have it ramping from 8 a.m., which is a dark blue and a low percentage, to our 100% of our chosen color. Now next I want to add a point where I want it to eventually ramp down from. So we're going to go ahead and hit it all the way here to 2100 down here, and I'm going to set my pre-select, hit save there, and then add our last point where it's eventually going to ramp down at 2200. Done. And then of course I want it to get dark and eventually go down to 0. So that's it. Hit done. It's going to save. We can do a quick run through it all. So 8 a.m. to 9 to our designated 100%, all the way to 2100. Then it's going to ramp down to 0. So if I hit out of here, it's going to save. Now, if you want to change the default name of the light schedule, just go back into the programming, go up to the top, and change it to whatever you want. We're going to name this whatever, and then hit done. Back out of it, and it's going to save that light schedule. Now there is one more thing I want to show you in the app before I let you guys go, and that is the effects that you can have on your lights. And you know I'm not a big fan of this stuff, but for the sake of the video I might as well show you. So just come back in here to your programming, pick a timestamp, click on the color, come down here to effects. Now you can add in storm, clouds, rainbows, all sorts of stuff like that. You can have it set for how long you want it to do that effect, and you can check the frequency of slow, moderate, or fast. Now again, I personally feel that this is a useless setting. I don't find it to be beneficial for coral, and there's no reason to have anything like that over your reef tank if it's not going to benefit you in any way. But if you like having streaks of lightning go across your tank and scare the shit out of your fish, go ahead and set that up. But for me, I will keep it blank and just keep my current lighting spectrum and schedule the way it is. Well guys, that's about it when it comes to setting up the new Kessil 360X Tuna Blue with the Wi-Fi dongle. As you can see, it's relatively easy to set up and control. Now, I can hear you guys in the comment section already, or read you guys in the comment section saying, then why isn't this technology already integrated into the brand new light, so we wouldn't have to buy a Wi-Fi dongle in the first place? Now, I understand that side of the argument, but I do understand what Kessil's doing with keeping the price point on the light relatively low by keeping it manually controlled. Now, if this technology was already built into it, I'm sure the price would be much higher than what it is. So this allows people who just use these lights, for example, at frag swaps. You don't need the dongle. You can just manually control it, set it and forget it, and then turn it off when you're done. And then if those of you who want to use it over your tanks to have a schedule, you can go ahead and purchase the dongle, allowing it to be wireless and have that controllability. So I see what they're doing, and I understand what you guys are saying. It is what it is, right? Now, when it comes to availability, they say that the dongles will be shipped to designated retailers around October. Price point, I have no clue. I wasn't told, and there's no information on it that I can find. So until then, I will give you guys information. When the product comes in, I'll give you guys a whole update on how much it costs, where you can get it, etc., etc., etc. And I will probably either do a review video on it, or I'll just add that information in the description and comment section of this video, so you guys will have it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully it wasn't too long, wasn't too boring. And if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.